No, you're gonna hold it.
What's up here? And we are live down in Foley Square. We're just live. We're just live, bro.
I'm AG.
Yeah, and we are H.
We're coming live with Cross the Line Radio. Right now we are at Foley Square in downtown Manhattan, where they're currently conducting a protest against ICE. This is probably like day 4, day 5 into this protest that's been going on. For everyone that joined us yesterday, it was an actual march and demonstration where anti-ICE protesters marched throughout New York City. They're gathered at Foley Square and marched throughout Lower Manhattan. But right now they are holding a demonstration outside of 26 Federal Plaza, which is directly across the street from Foley Square. Police, NYPD, have blocked off the entrances to 26 Federal Plaza, so everyone has resorted to come to Foley Square. So as you can see, there's a large group of people. We're gonna start to walk around, get some footage, see if we can talk to some people. But for right now, I'm gonna be the cameraman and follow Haas.
If I could just add this too. There are a lot of on site. I don't see a lot of Latinos. Slovakia. I do see a lot of. There's some Latinos, but I see a lot of the pro-Palestinian characters, and I see some other figures with, a kind of democratic or even I could say Antifa tattoos. For what I've been learning, right? There is a strange element here. If you catch this guy's tattoos right here, those are some kind of group tattoos. I don't know if you can zoom in on them. You know what I mean? It's not the first guy I've seen with a kind of paraphernalia of the sort. There are a lot of strange characters down here, and I absolutely do expect that there will be some kind of alternative element that might try to sway the mission of these guys' protest in a different direction than the mission of whoever organized this. If it's not the guys who organized this, because Commander Gianna did say on the news on a popular show that I like to watch called The America on Fire. Hey, shalom there. Hey, we have Captain Tazark in the room, man. You know what I mean? Famous guy, right? But there are a lot of strange characters here. Other people might not notice it, but I follow a range of media channels, right? And one particular one called Commander Gianna that you do wanna tune into, right? He said that. He said that other elements are gonna come into play and try to incite looting, and I absolutely do believe that's not the mission of the guys, who started this event. I do not know anything about the range or the agenda or the protocols or the rules of this event, but I do know that there are a lot of strange folk here. Manhattan, New York has a very range of strange folk, and there's no telling what could happen tonight or in the days to come. All I know is it's a lot of European folk out here. You know what I mean, right? So we're gonna walk around the event here. If you can see on the top over there, we have a range of signs. One says "Hands off Gaza." Meanwhile, this protest is not about Gaza. We see a lot of Palestinian flags, but this is not a Palestinian protest. And even being down here, the attention is being taken off the Latinos, and it's equally about the Palestinians. Even though I think I think for some people their priorities might be about issues on the homeland, right? 'Cause I know this movement from the signs that I saw and posters that I saw around the place, that there is a priority for Latinos being deported by ICE. It's being compared to by the Nazis and I'm not sure we can say that on the live, but the German fascist movement, right? And we got a sign up there that says we do not need this fascist government. And one sign over there saying F.A. King, right? F.A. King, right? Chinga La America. If anyone alive who knows the lingo, Chinga.
Like F the migration police.
Oh, okay. Chinga La Minga. Okay. Keep out ICE. Okay.
Let's see if we can get some interviews. Kat wanted us to, try to see if we can talk to some people.
Okay.
Want to start over here?
Anyway.
I'll take it over. Alright, so what's going on? This is your boy AG. So we kind of showed you a little bit what was going on. What Haas and I are about to do is trying to see if we can talk to some people, get their opinions on why they're out here. H, okay, AG and H. Crossline Radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Kataza. Shout out to them. This is their channel they built from the ground up with Commanding General Johanna. So let's just get right into it. Excuse me, how you doing this afternoon?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. My name is AG, and you are?
I'm Aaron, nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you, Aaron. So Aaron, what brings you out here today in Foley Square?
Just like showing support,
I know people at home and I could know why you're supporting, but why is it that you feel that you need to support?
I feel like there's strength in numbers, so I didn't have anything going on today. I decided I want to come out, show solidarity for everything that's going on in LA and everything around the world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've been watching the news. What's been going on in LA has been very, very explosive, for lack of a better word. Some of the things I've seen were very peaceful, and then somehow, some way, they kind of turn to be a little bit violent. And I'm hoping that this is not something that repeats like that. What about you?
Can I ask what this is for?
Oh, this is for Crossline Radio. It's a radio show that's dedicated to rehabilitating and uplifting the Black and Hispanic community. So we love to come out to events like this where people are showing support and solidarity.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So how do you feel about what's been going on with these ICE raids?
I mean, I'm against it. Like, what? Yeah, I think it's wrong, and that's why I'm here.
Do you know anyone personally that has been affected by these ICE raids?
I mean, not the ICE raids, but I know people that have had trouble, like, with immigration and stuff because of this administration, and I mean, in general.
Okay. And do you feel that this administration is targeting a specific set of people? Like, some might say that they're only targeting Black and brown people, or some might say they're only targeting Mexican people. Do you feel that there is some like malevolence hand that is trying to target or single out a certain group of people?
I don't know if I really have like the ethos to answer that for you, but I hear your question.
And what would you like to be the outcome of all this protest?
I guess just like drawing attention to the issue, and obviously we want things to change, but that's a lot of things need to happen first, right?
Yeah, true. And since a lot of things would happen, in your opinion, what should be the first thing to happen?
I that's a tough question. I don't know. I don't really have an answer for you.
Oh, well, listen, I thank you for at least speaking with us. I appreciate you. Be safe out here, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you. Aaron, correct? Aaron. Well, that was Aaron. I'm very thankful he gave us that time to speak to him and kind of pick his mind on what he feels about the situation that's going on. But let's continue. Let's try to bring more interviews, more opinions, different perspectives to everyone that's watching at home. Again, I'm AG. I'm with H. This is Cross the Line Radio, hosted by Captains Tazariak and Kataza. So let's continue this way. Let's see. Good. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is AG. Would you mind just answering a few questions or sharing your opinion on how you feel about what's going on? Sure. Go ahead.
I think that this is a necessary step. It's peaceful. It's a protest. It shows a disagreement with the administration's positions. If you look back, every Republican president since Eisenhower has spoken of immigrants as being part of the American fabric and that we need them, we need to welcome them and embrace them. This is the first president, the first Republican president, and probably the first president since Truman or Eisenhower that has spoken and said they're not welcome here. And we can't allow that to happen. That is not what America is about.
May I also get your opinion, if you don't mind sharing?
Sure. I guess it just felt like the right thing to do, to just show up and show my support in a way I can.
Do either one of you know anyone that's been affected personally with what's been going on with the ICE raids in this country?
I do not. I live upstate, so I came down for this. I have a lot of friends in the immigrant community upstate. Everybody's worried, but nobody has said anything has occurred yet. So far, so good.
No one personally, but I'm a cook, so I work in kitchens, and everyone's really nervous. Like, there's a definite tension.
I can definitely relate to that same feeling. Growing up, I worked in some kitchens like Applebee's or like Italian restaurants, and predominantly most of the cooks were of Hispanic descent or even immigrants, right?
Yeah.
So I can definitely see how that can be fearful for them and how that could shape the whole environment of your workplace.
It does.
Yeah.
I have a coworker who had to go home early, take care of her kids because there were ICE raids. She wouldn't let them out of the house.
What do you think about what's going on here? Do you think this is something that can bring about change, or do you think this is not enough to bring about change?
Honestly, I don't think it's enough. I don't know what comes next, but I will say that Gavin Newsom has stood up, and he is the first politician who has openly defied Donald Trump. I used to think he was an empty suit, but now he's the one that's standing up, and I'm very proud to see him do that.
I think I read earlier today that he filed paperwork to sue the administration, and I think another suit was just put in, I think yesterday or the day before, trying to halt ICE from coming into the communities.
That's true, but I think that they tend to ignore whatever the court says, and that's one of the worrisome things. Trump has militarized them, and he uses them as his own private police force. When has that ever happened before? And we can't allow it to happen. And this is one of the ways that we can express our disagreement, but it's going to take action from people who are much more powerful than you and I or her to get things done, and I'm totally behind them.
I agree with him, yeah.
Do you find it dangerous, the use of American troops to kind of take a part in separating families or operating on American soil?
Yes, I do. I remember back in the Reagan administration that we had a border problem. They sent the Marines down there. They ended up killing a shepherd boy across the Rio Grande in Mexico. The Marines are a great group of guys. They are probably the finest military force in the world, but their jobs is to take objectives, break things, and kill people. We don't need that on the American streets. We don't need a declaration of war against the citizens of the United States by our president and by the Marine Corps. And I am so upset with the Marine Corps acquiescing to do that.
I mean, he's so much more eloquent than me, but yeah, it's just like it tears at that social fabric of our country, and you can't have American military fighting American citizens. You can't have your cousin fighting cousins. Like, it's going to erode our country.
And last question before I let you enjoy your time and continue to participate. Do you think that this administration is targeting a single group of people or a single race of people?
If you're brown, you're in trouble. You're marked. And he has gone after Hispanics 10-1. People from South America, absolutely. And I think that they are indeed the targets of his ire, of his process. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's people of color, it's black and brown people, and I don't think it'll stop at that if we let him keep doing what he's doing.
Well, I want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And please stay safe out here, okay?
You too.
Thank you. Take care. That was a great interview that we got from these two. Very insightful thoughts. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Let's reverse this. Let's see some of the comments. Don't forget to share this live. Share this live. We want as many people that can be reached through this live. Put all your questions. Let's see if we can ask some of the people here the questions that you all post. Let's just be mindful to be respectful. Put in questions that you wouldn't mind answering, but also make sure that they're respectful as well. Okay? So we got 307 people in this live right now. Let's see if we can get the numbers up and see how we can get you all engaged in this live as well. All right? Let's go ask some more. Let's go interview some more people. Let's see. Excuse me. Hey, how you all doing? Can I ask you some questions? No? Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. All right. You're going to get some no's every now and then, you know. Excuse me, can I ask you a few questions on how do you feel about the protests? Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt the two of you. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions on what do you think about what's going on here? Okay, well, my name is AG. I'm with Cross the Line Radio. So what brings you guys out here today? Why did you feel that it was necessary to be out here today?
Just to show support for immigrants across the country who are getting deported by ICE.
And yourself?
Yeah, just to strengthen our community and show that we're all here for everyone together.
Okay. Do you feel that a specific group of people is primarily being targeted by this administration with these ICE raids?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that it's mostly Central Americans and also South Americans, but mostly Central Americans.
You agree?
Yeah, pretty much any people of color, honestly, I feel like are judged like about their immigration status or citizen status before there's, you know, any. I mean, I just think that like people will see someone on the street and make a presumption about them before even really thinking through due process or anything.
If there was something that you can do to help solve this issue going on, what would that be? And how would you try to implement it?
I mean, the only way I think right now we can do anything about it is moving to impeach the Trump administration, because they're the main causes of the ICE raids. Obviously, people get deported by other institutions, but the way it's being done right now is unfair and unconstitutional, and that's the thing that most people should have a problem with. Is the way that this is going about is very unconstitutional. It goes against the way America should work. So it has to start from the top. I think everyone should be focused on getting Trump out of office and all of his peers.
I think we need to support a safe path to citizenship, because our country is built on immigrants, and I mean, yeah.
Education as well. I mean, most people don't understand that immigration is positive for the U.S. Whether if you look at it economy-wise, immigrants have been proven to not cause more crime. If anything, them leaving will increase poverty, and poverty increases crime. So it's pretty clear that immigration is not bad for the United States. And with that being said, it's people either choose not to care or choose not to be educated about it. So I think education is the most important.
So how do you feel about people who would try to counter that argument and say that this is America, or is a country based on laws, and if you want to be a citizen or come into the country, you have to do it legally or the right way?
Well, one, this country is also founded on immigration. So I think that argument is kind of flawed from the beginning. But if you're going by that logic, immigration is not easy to obtain, and America makes it harder than a lot of countries to get inside of and to be a legitimate citizen. And again, you can say we're America, do it right, but immigrants contribute to our society, and most of them, pay taxes and contribute to our economy. So what's the bad part of them being here other than you don't like seeing more brown faces?
And I like to eat fresh fruit, so I know they use a lot of migrants as people to work in the field. So if they start, removing the people that work hard in those particular industries, then we could face, a food shortage in certain areas. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's just like people who work in agriculture. It's also like most of our scientists here are international scientists. Like it's not just that like immigrants are people who work the jobs we don't want to work. Like a lot of immigrants are also the smartest people who come here because we are supposed to be the capital of like education, of science, and all these things that really propel the world. And like, yeah, I think we're taking so many steps backward in so many areas.
Any final words?
No, just educate yourself. If you don't understand immigration, you shouldn't speak on it. You shouldn't have an opinion in the first place.
Well, thank you for your time. Make sure you guys stay safe out here, okay? Thank you. So that was another great interview, getting more perspective and different understandings of how people think on this particular subject. But let's try to work around. Let's try to see if we can find more strong opinions or opinions that are kind of like neutral. Excuse me. Hi, how are you? Would you care to share some of your thoughts on what you see here and what's going on? No? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. How about you, man? Would you like to share some of your thoughts on what's going on?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, thank you. Anybody care to share how you guys feel about the protest? No? Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep trying. Do you mind if we ask you some questions on how you feel about the protest? No? You sure? Thank you. Let's try to go this way. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
Doing well. Do you mind sharing some of your thoughts on what you see here and what's been going on in the country?
Tell me who you're on.
Yes, my name is AG. This is my brother H. We are from Cross the Line Radio. It's a radio station that you can find on YouTube that's dedicated to uplifting and rehabilitating the Black and Hispanic community.
Thanks for being here, brothers.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here.
So what brings you here?
XR, Extinction Rebellion.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
XR is a non-centralized, non-violent civil disobedience group that rebels with direct action. We're civil and political and environmentally involved. We're concerned about the sixth mass extinction. You know, you wipe out another swath of the rainforest and you lose another 200 species of flora and fauna daily. These could be cures for cancer, you know, vaccines. It's obscene what this, EPA, cut the EPA regime is doing, and all that we're missing and all that we're going to miss, You guys may not know it, but we got about 40 years left before all hell breaks loose with the environment. But we're certainly real concerned about everything else, and that's why we protest with everybody. I started with the Black Lives Matter when they first came to New York myself, but I've been at this for, since the late 70s, Fitzyisms, they're, there's hundreds of them, more than a few hundred by now, ever since then. But this man baby,
Trump?
It's a wonder we're even functioning, You got like, 20-30%, not even, but 20% of the country that wants a fascist ruler and just wants to lock everybody up with no due process, okay? And then you got the rest of the people, 80% of us, who realize that America is due process. That's what defines America, And we're losing that as we speak, and somebody's got to be bigger than that, When Bush wanted to torture people after 9/11, somebody has to be bigger than that, and America is bigger than that. We can't let this man baby make America 8 again, But And but you'll see me all the time here. And anytime you need a quick soundbite or belabored one, just you know where to find me, brother.
One more question for you then.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that this administration is targeting one group of people?
Yeah, oh, most definitely. The first time, everything old is new again. No ban, no registry, fight white supremacy. That's what we were chanting in his first term. So he's still targeting Muslims, the black and brown communities in the world with this ban now worldwide. That's just nuts. And he's targeting immigrants. All quote unquote illegal immigrants. Who run the country. Try to get a refab or get some work done or something without any immigrant.
True.
And it should, who's going to pick the fruit if they deport everybody? It's ridiculous. They're going to ask us to have more children, and they're deporting immigrants. This country is founded on immigrants, and who the hell is an immigrant? Everybody's an immigrant here, If you're not indigenous, you're an immigrant, and we're running out of people to run the country, China's asking people to have more children again. Remember when there was just a one?
And Russia too. I think Putin has established some rules where he's giving like money to moms who start getting pregnant and giving birth.
Yeah. So it's absurd. We've got these hard-working immigrants. They come here, they bust their ass. They're not on welfare and everything yet. They're supporting themselves. They can't. They're not allowed to get on it. So they're supporting themselves. They're doing all they can. They're busting their ass. Okay, and we're running them out of the country. This is what makes America. This is what makes America great again. That's
America runs on immigrants.
Great again, right? Right.
Thank you.
Don't get me started.
I appreciate it. I hope to see Fitzyism, Extension Rebellion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to look out to you. I'll be out here as well.
YouTube. I'll look at
Fitzyism. Yeah. Cross the Line Radio.
Cross the Line Radio.
Yes.
I like that cross the line, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. Okay.
Check out Fitzyism.
Fitzyism. Can you spell it? Because we'll have it.
I'm Fitzgerald. So you're Fitzy. If you're Fitzgerald, you don't have a choice. My whole life I'm Fitzy. Fitzie. I just added my isms. So it's Fitzyism on social
ISM
media.
again.
ISM. Yeah. I usually have a shirt that has many Fitzyisms on it, but tonight I don't. I wore it last night.
Okay. Okay.
I spared you. No.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. All right,
Thank you.
superheroes.
Another great interview. Good to hear some more thoughts on what people have to say about this issue that's going on, and to also bring an issue that concerns the environment. That's something that people don't necessarily talk about as well. But we're going to try and continue and try to get more interviews. Let's switch it up here. Let me hold this real quick. Give you that. Take this. Let's go see if they got.
I wanna go ask in specific. I wanna go talk to the Latino brothers. All right, let's go see my own kind here, right? And I was just telling on the Brooklyn channel that this place looks very, very Palestinian and not Mexican. I don't see much Mexican flags flying, but there's no Mexican flags flying. But there are Palestinian flags flying. I want to go ask the brothers something. All right, we got a sister over here. If we can ask the sister a question. Hi, ma'am. Are you is it okay if we do an interview with you?
Sorry, I don't work.
Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. Hey, Mano, can I do an interview? Are you okay with doing an interview? Right. So my name is H. What's your name, brother?
Yermo.
Huh?
Yermo.
So I'm here with Yermo, and this is Cross the Line Radio, and we're doing some interviews around here. And I was notified of a anti-ICE protest, but when I come here, it looks very Palestinian. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think people who are trying to fight for justice will fight for justice regardless of where that injustice is, whether it's in the Middle East or whether it's in the Americas. incarcerating people, hurting people, separating people from their families is unjust. Everybody's human at the end of the day.
Do you have any other thoughts about the protest or what brought you down here today?
Just because of what was going on in Los Angeles, I'm obviously of Mexican descent, and I just wanted to show my solidarity, stand up for people who don't have the ability to stand up for themselves. Simple as that.
I appreciate your interview, brother. Thank you. Viva la raza. Want an interview? Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go ask some more interviews. We're at Crossline Radio live at Foley Square, Lower Manhattan, by the City Hall building, right? Lower Manhattan, Foley Street, Pearl Street, Center Street, right? We see signs. You hear them singing. ICE is a racist, ICE. All right. We got signs up on the mount. Signs that say Nazis are the ICE. ICE is the German fascist. Trump is a fascist, and F a king. All right, F a king. And I believe that America was not built on kings. It was supposed to be built on for the people. And the people are here down in Foley Square, and they are talking. All right. I'm sorry. Are you guys available for an interview? No problem, right? Emmanuel. You want an interview?
Yeah. What's up?
Right, what's going on, man? So this is Across the Line Radio. My name is H. He's getting the Mexican flag. You know what I mean? I would say I wish there was more Mexican flags here.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the main focus of down here so far? Doesn't seem to be enough for pro-Latino, but it seems very pro-Palestinian. What's your thoughts?
I think that everybody here is trying to globalize one solid movement, right? So right now we're at a time where it doesn't matter if you're a Palestinian, doesn't matter if you're Mexican, Venezuelan, Salvadorian, if you're from the Congo, Sudan, doesn't matter. Everyone is going through the same oppressor in some way, shape, or form. And I think all of us being here together, all of these walks of life that you see here, being together for one single purpose is a beautiful thing.
I agree. Why do you think that Trump is making these moves specifically on the Latinos right now? I know a lot of people don't know, but they say the number one and number two illegal immigrants in the United States is Chinese and East Indians. Why do you think the focus is on Latinos right now?
Well, I think that this isn't starting now, right? This has been going on since 2016, since he first announced that he was going to run for president. And I think it's a way to distract people from believing that people like us are the real reasons that you can't find housing, that you can't find food, that you can't afford things. When in reality, it's the billionaires and 1% that are at the top that are hiding around in secret, that are costing you, your quality of life. So it's easy to put the blame on black and brown poor people instead of, holding them accountable. These billionaire corporations that are costing you things like food and housing and other social benefits.
Absolutely. Do you think that I heard a rumor, right, that this issue has been brought about on purpose to cover up Trump being found or being mentioned by Elon Musk in the Epstein files, and that this is a way to wash over the news of Trump being in the Epstein files by unleashing ICE on Latinos so it can be all in the news?
I mean, at a time when we already, there's no new information being discovered, everybody knew the type of person, the type of character that Donald Trump had. I don't think it's a distraction at all. I think it's a bunch of people who are tired of ICE's BS and are trying to call for things like competent immigration reform, whether it's in legislation, whether it's the liberation of the Palestinian people. There are real, more pressing issues right now that people need immediate help than rediscovering that Donald Trump is a weirdo behind closed doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your interview, brother. Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Hey, man. Okay, so we're gonna get some more signs. You can see the signs over here. We got signs, F-ICE. You know what I mean? The people are talking. The voices are loud down here in Foley Square. The people are singing that the people are victorious. For the U.S. Constitution says for the people, and the people they want to be heard, and they came down to the government structures of New York City so they can get their voice heard, right? Come on. All right. We're going to another part of the protest. We was mainly on the eastern wing. We're gonna swing the wall to the western wing. All right. Hi guys, are you available for an interview? All right, no problem, no problem. Cross the Line Radio, guys. Cross the Line Radio. Are you guys okay for an interview? I want to do an interview on what you think about the protest and the reason everybody's here. That's all. All right. Interview, brother. All right. How you doing there? How you doing there? Interview, guys. All right. No problem. All right. It seems that everybody's worried about an interview. It could be for the reasons that the president takes things very personal, and people on the posters it says mask up. People are okay with singing in the public, but they might not be very courageous enough to have their voice heard personally, and everybody wants to be in the crowd. Okay. Hi, you guys. Are you guys available for an interview? Are you guys okay to interview? No interview, guys. Guys do not want any interviews. All right. Huh? That's who. What's going on, brother, man? I'm live with Cross the Line Radio, man. Are you okay for an interview? Yeah, we got a brother who's not scared for an interview. I was saying that a lot of people, we asked about 20 people, and they are not okay with interviews out here.
Well, you know, it's like that sometimes in the protest atmosphere. Like I protested like in Charlotte back in 2016 and Baltimore in 2016. So like it's a lot of people that don't really want to talk and protest. But me, I feel like I get it. We got to have our mass people out here, but for people like me, I feel like you got to be forefront with it too. So I never mind talking to anybody or doing anything when I come outside the protest.
Do you think that okay, so everybody's speaking out against the ICE protests, right? They're protesting against ICE for the sake of the immigrants. What do you think about that the Latinos are in focus, but the number one illegal immigrants on record are East Indians and Chinese, top two?
I think that the media here has made it more so that made the Latino community the face of it, but also immigration searches everybody. You have people that, like you said, East Indians, Asians. You have people from Jamaica, the islands, Africa. There's so many places. So I think for people who truly care about all people, then you got to be out here for that, no matter what media try to make the face of the issue.
True. I've seen posters that said it was like a pro-Latino protest, but when I came down here, I'm seeing a lot of hands off Gaza signs and Palestinian flags. Why do you think that might be? Why it's very a strong pro-Palestinian influence on the anti-ICE protest?
I think because the Palestinian issue that's ongoing right now. The whole Ukraine, everything from Ukraine, the issue with Palestine and Israel, what's going on here locally with immigration. I think all those are like such important issues right now, and when you have these type of events, it's going to pull out people who care about all of that. Sometimes the protest is marked as one thing, but when you got so much going on simultaneously, I believe that people come out just to rep their causes.
That's right. Yeah. Also, what do you think about people's concerns that at the protest, when it gets later on at night, that people are going to try to steer the movement in a wrong direction, as to do like looting and stuff like that, and throwing and find a way to give the protesters a bad reputation in the news?
Now I'll say like you got bad actors in every protest. I think Night gives that a cover, but I think there's bad actors in everything. Like I'm not like a person who promotes that, but at the same time I understand it's a reality of events like this. So I don't let that ever pull me from coming out to support the cause. And I mean, the police, they're like a whole city out here by themselves. So I mean, hopefully they can do what they have to do. They have a job to do, and for people who care, this is our job to do. So I hope everybody can do our jobs.
Absolutely. Yo, we are from Cross the Line Radio, and I want to thank you for your interview, brother.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You know what I mean? You got some courage on you.
Right,
You know what I mean? Appreciate that, man.
That's what I do, y'all.
Yeah, damn right, man. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna interview a police officer. No, good. You sure? You sure? You did?
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going there, officer? We're from Cross the Line Radio. Are you okay for an interview? No interview? Okay, no problem. Interview, sir? No interview?
DCPI is over there.
DCPI. Thank you, sir.
All right.
What's going on? I'm looking for a DCPI. You?
With DCPI.
Sure. I'm from Cross the Line Radio. I was going to see if I could get an interview.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't give it to you. What do you want to interview on?
Just your thoughts on the event, or
Here's what you're gonna do. Send an email.
say again.
The process how we grant interviews.
Right.
Send an email to dcpi@nyc.org. Your name.
I came down for somebody, and then I would like how he's saying it.
We're on.
All you guys are being correct.
Cards. I'll give you.
That's how.
Get something to write it down.
So first of all, it's like one guy's like telling me I'm sleeping with these send it to this box here. So you're already.
All right, so far it looks like a pretty good turnout. Let me just flip this camera around. Hey, shout out to all the white people in the comments. Listen, I appreciate your positive and negative statements and questions. Listen, it's always good to share your thoughts, right? This is a safe space. We want everyone to feel comfortable, as long as you're respectful, you know, nothing wrong with that. So shout out to everyone watching, especially you white people, Latinos, black people. And also, for anyone that's watching this live right now that's black, if you could just answer this question, put in the chat, why do you think that this cause that's affecting the so-called Latin or indigenous community does not affect you as well? No, put some answers in the chat. I'll read them off. I'll look at them, you know. So therefore, back to Europe. I love K-pop, heart Trump. I'm proud to be white. Good for you. Look at Gramps. He's confused. Because you guys are all idiots. Why do you have to shout out white people? I shout out everyone. But I just noticed that a lot of white people were putting comments in here. All right, so listen, let's keep it moving. Yeah, man. Just gotta get this real quick. We're gonna see what else we can do. Of course, we can interview or ask questions. Hey, what's going on, man? You mind if I ask you a few questions, get your opinion on what's going on? All right, no sweat, man. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Do you mind if I get your opinion on what you think about what's going on here? No? Thank you. All right. Cool. You're going to get no's, you know? So they're chanting right now, up with immigration and down with deportation. This is one of the many different chants that they use to help voice their opinions and to keep the protest going. Let's see. What do you think so far? What do you think so far, H?
Yeah, there's a flying pepper pig over here. I don't know what the purpose of the flying pepper pig is. Why is
Flying
Peppa Pig out
purple.
here?
Oh, Pepper Pig, yes. That's like a cartoon,
why is
right?
Peppa Pig out here?
Isn't it like a cartoon, like a Nickelodeon or something, or the Disney Channel?
Yeah, I know. I know this. A lot of Latino kids watch that cartoon. I don't know if it's related. I don't know the purpose of it. Right? It stood out to me, and I wanted to point it out because it was a very outstanding thing. Another guy was recording. I seen a guy recording the Peppa Pig balloon. So not sure. Of course. Right now on the news, there are at children's graduations where the children go from first grade to second grade around the country. There've been these graduations, and I don't know why all of a sudden there is grade to grade graduations right on time for ICE to do protests, at these, for ICE to do raids at these elementary schools. All of a sudden there are these grade to grade graduations where the parents must come into the graduation to celebrate their child going from the first grade to the second grade, and there's ICE raids it could be synonymous. It could be synonymous, right? A lot of children are losing their parents in these ICE raids. You have toddlers representing themselves in court. You know, how could a toddler represent himself in an immigration court? It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what's going on. And the people have come out to speak their voice down here at Foley Square. All right.
These racist walls have got to go. 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 These racist walls have got to go.
So pretty powerful. Let's get a look at some more of these signs. Someone said Pepper Pig stands for ACAB, my bro. Someone said Pepper Pig stands for ACAB. ACAB, ACAB. I don't know what that is. What is ACAB in the chat? Put what the definition of ACAB is. Listen, make sure you share this live, man. And listen, if we're gonna say things, we gotta make sure they're accurate. You can't say that everyone that's here is an EBT parasite. No, that would be unfair. Trump is the Epstein files. That's funny. Someone put F MAGA. Okay. All cops are bastards. Jewish trickery. Blame Biden. Okay. Come on, let's go back into the crowd. See if we get some more interviews again. Cool. Excuse me, can I ask you a question about your sign? Would you feel answering? So can you please just show, this is Cross the Line Radio, by the way. So everyone at home, this is her sign. What is your name, by the way?
May.
May, I'm AG.
Nice to meet you.
So her sign says, I heart free speech, democracy, and immigrants. Can you share a little bit on why you chose this sign today?
Yeah, so my friend is actually the one who made the sign. She was kind enough to let me hold it. But I think that they're just basic rights that we all deserve and we are not all given. In today's world with our current presidents, that's simply amplified. And so I think that it's just important that we give everybody those basic rights. And so we come out and protest and make our voices heard.
And what do you think about the protests against ICE raids and the Trump administration that you see here today?
I think ICE raids are completely fucked up. I think that people have every right to be here. We all immigrated here at some point, and yeah, it's just like completely inhumane to be ripping apart people from their homes, from their families, from the people around them who love them. And it's completely, to me, it's uncomprehendable how they can be so completely dehumanized that they're not, that the people who are doing this, like, to me, it's so obvious that every single one of these people have a family, have people who love them, have experienced joy, have experienced sadness. And so we're just not giving people their basic human rights. That's the end of it.
Because you said that, it makes me question or want to ask you, do you think that a certain group of people is being primarily targeted?
Yes, I think, I think that, well, in what ways?
Like, do you think that it's only Hispanic people that are being targeted, or do you think it's black
I
people?
don't think it's only anyone and any one group. I think it's everyone and anyone. I think that per historical facts, through evidence, you'll see that it will be minorities that are primarily targeted first, but that doesn't mean that any of us are less likely to be targeted. It just might be further down the line.
And that is a fear that many people have stated. I saw some signs earlier that kind of state it starts with them and it will end with us. Some people might have that feeling that, well, maybe a year down the line it could be regular American citizens that could be taken out of the country. What are your thoughts on that?
I 100% agree. I think that it is something that if we allow to continue to happen, will just continue to escalate, and nobody is safe in a world where nobody is given, or not everyone is given 100% of their human rights.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Be safe out here, okay? All right, that was a pretty good interview. Let's see if we can get some more going. What's going on? Come on, brother. Quick question? No? One black man to another? I got you, brother. Be safe out here, okay? Let's see. Hello, everybody. How are you? Do you mind if I ask you some questions on what this scarf represents and means to you?
Sure. I stand with Palestinian people, and it's just really that simple. So, yeah.
How do you think the Palestinian cause kind of relates or coincides with what's happening with ICE immigration?
Well, any people that's oppressed, it qualifies for people who are oppressed here. Like, what's the most famous Martin Luther quote that we know? It's like, injustice to anyone is injustice to everyone, or something like that. Don't quote me, but you know.
He has a lot of famous quotes, but I think that's more or less covers one of them.
Well, that's just blatantly why I think everybody here is mixing the message. It has a lot to do with protecting people around the world. Even if you're oppressed here, you're oppressed there. Like, you're one and the same, and you deserve justice. So.
And how do you feel your presence being here can contribute to that goal?
I know it may seem minuscule now, but my just being a body here shows that there are people that care about it. And it's like, I may not be actively changing the world, but my presence here shows that there are people, young people, old people, dogs even, that care about people living. And yeah, so yeah.
Now, of course, there's going to be people that disagree with you. So what is one thing that you would like to say to them to kind of make them to realize that this is an issue that affects everyone, not just a certain group of people?
I think that the people that do disagree are far to the point where they don't value human life, you know? If you're denying the right for Palestinian people to exist, then I can't imagine arguing with you and having a valid argument. Like, everybody deserves life, everybody deserves freedom, and if you can't find a middle ground with me on that Palestinian people deserve to eat, sleep, have kids, exist on their land, then I just don't understand why we would even be talking. So yeah.
Well, thank you. You two be safe out here, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care. That was a pretty good interview. Hello, everybody. How are you? Would you like to answer some questions on how you feel about the protests? Maybe? No? Okay, be safe out here, okay? All right. Pretty good interview so far. There's some more. Trump, you effed with the wrong city. Listen to your better angels. Okay. So why did Trump F with the wrong city?
We're a tough crowd. We're a tough crowd. We have a lot of immigrants here, and if you fucks with us, you're fucking with our people too. Immigrants are our people too, you know?
Do you know anyone or have you experienced any type of fear or know someone that's experienced any type of fear because of the raids that have been being conducted in the country?
I've known a lot of people who are very afraid who are undocumented, so I'm worried about them too. They don't show up to these things for obvious reasons, so yeah.
And why was it important for you and your friend here to be out here to show support?
Because I think an attack on immigrants is an attack on everyone. My ancestors are immigrants. I think they deserve the same space here.
Last question before I let you two go in peace. What do you say about those who are Caucasian American or white American that disagree and feel that in order to be here, you have to come in here the legal way. If not, you do have to leave?
The way I'd put it is a lot of my ancestors came here and all they needed was a clean bill of health in order to come to this country in the 19th century. And honestly, especially a lot of Mexicans, used to live in what's now the United States, in southern United States. I'd say they
Texas, New Mexico.
exactly, and so I want to remind them that a lot of our ancestors came here and they didn't even come here legally. They kind of just stole this land.
Well, I want to say thank you for at least saying that, because many people would say that it was conquered or it was taken through war and not say that it was actually stolen. So I do appreciate the two of you for being here, and make sure you stay safe out here, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, let's go. What's going on? I feel like more people are starting to congregate in the center. Maybe they might start to move around. I'm not sure. Hey, what's going on, man? Can I ask what brought you out here today?
Yeah, just to show support.
How do you feel you being out here can help further the cause?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What was the question?
The question was, how do you feel your presence being here can help further the cause or the mission?
I do photography, and I like to show people things that should be seen, things that are important for everybody else to see. Because right now it's being limited on TV. It's being limited in a lot of places. So I think it's our job to do that. I think it's our job to be a journalist, because you can't trust a lot of things right now.
So you said that you take pictures. Do you mind letting us know where we can find the pictures that you take? Maybe we can help promote or share them.
Yeah, it's the S Shot on Instagram. Okay. That's it.
And why do you think that you, being a photographer, can help push this cause further or make the outreach broader?
A picture says 1,000 words. I think that's very important.
Last question before I let you get back to work. Do you think that the Trump administration is targeting a single group of people, or do you think it's just like an overall net that the administration is going after?
They're going for people who look like us. It's obvious. I mean, it's always been obvious. They don't. That's just the real answer, because we see it. We see it in our neighborhoods who they're taking, right?
Yeah.
So it's people like us.
Oh, thank you, man. Be safe out here, okay? Thank you. So that's good. People find a lot of ways to kind of promote the movement or push the agenda or the goal. One way to do that is definitely by taking pictures and sharing what you see. That way, more people can look and get their own interpretation of what's going on.
Pick up the donations.
Oh, everyone that's donating the super chats, thank you to all of you. Don't matter who you are. Again, thank you to the super chat donations. We appreciate you. Make sure you stay tuned. We got a lot more things that are going on tomorrow. We'll probably be doing like a recap tomorrow, and then on Cross the Line Radio at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to call into the show. I know everyone has been leaving comments, but you're on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll get a chance to either join the live stream and talk to us, or even call in and talk to us. So don't forget, Thursday night, Cross the Line Radio, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll see the notifications if you just hit subscribe. We appreciate it. And just hit notifications so you can know when we're going live, all right? Feel free to talk to us. We want to talk to everyone that's watching right now, okay? Let's walk back around this way. Come on. So it seems like it is dying down just a bit. I wonder if more people will start to come during the later hours, which would be interesting on how that affects the climate of the protest or the atmosphere of the protest. So I see you chanting.
Yes, sir.
How does this chant make you feel? Like, what does it do for you?
I mean, for me specifically, I love it because we out here saying something when so much people are quiet about it, and there's so much really bad things that Donald Trump is doing. Because let's be real, he's fucking the country up, and a lot of people are not saying things that they should be saying, specifically people with the power to do something about it. So at the end of the day, it's up to the people to move forward now, because nobody's doing it for us.
So then why did you feel it was your job to come out here to join?
Because I've seen what's been going on in LA, I've seen what's going on in New York, and this is the first protest I actually got myself into because I've been working and stuff. And today I was here, so I was like, okay, so many people are going to be joining, why not me?
And what would you like to accomplish by being out here?
I would like for my voice to be heard, not just my voice, the voice of the people. There's so many people chanting for freedom while we're being so oppressed, and it's just beautiful to see. I just want my voice to be heard.
Now, what would you say to people who are not who are pro ICE raids and pro the Trump administration? How do you feel about them saying that you should be in this country legally, and if not, then you do have to leave and go through the proper channels to do so?
I mean, what they have said so many things about it. However, mostly it comes from the Bible. They're like, oh, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. They're stealing money, they're doing this, they're doing that. They're all thieves, they're all like criminals. Where's the proof? Well, have you seen? If you just read the Bible, it's gonna tell you otherwise from what you've been saying. And there's so many people that have been talking about it on TikTok, on the news, and everywhere, and they just refuse to see it. So there's nothing that I can say that would change their mind. At this point, they just don't have a brain.
It's funny that you mentioned the Bible, right? Because I've heard some people talk that that the so-called Hispanics or Taín or Hispanic Latinos, that they actually are from the children of God or the children of Israel. So what do you think about that correlation? How what happened like back in ancient Egypt to the children of Israel is kind of what's happening here to the children of Israel.
Look at the proof. Look at the proof. There's people being dragged from their families, crying. There's children being separated from their mothers. It's just insane. Look at the proof. There's nothing. It's everywhere. You can just see it. If you refuse to see it, that's on you. But it's everywhere. If you're refusing to see it, that's your problem. But we can see it. We see them. We see everybody. We see the police officer attacking defenseless people. We see Donald Trump sending fucking the army to defend fucking LA.
Yeah.
And we see it. We have eyes. We see it on social media. We're recording. We see everything. They're trying to silence us, but it will never happen.
Well, thank you. And be safe out here. I see everyone's moving. Let's kind of move with the crowd. Let's see where people go. I see police are also mobilizing. Might kind of caught them off guard on the fact that everyone is moving, but let's just hope to keep this peaceful as possible. Not like yesterday night. We want to keep the peace. It's never good whenever violence erupts, because then it could take away from the message. So let's follow the crowd. I like your sign. What made you create the sign?
Sorry, what?
I said I like the sign. I saw it earlier. What made you create the sign and bring it out today?
For the people.
And what's the significance of this particular sign?
Para el pueblo. La gente, la cultura.
Well, thank you. Be safe out here, all right? That was a pretty interesting sign. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you. So yes, everyone is moving. Protesters are moving. The police are moving as well. Let's just keep it peaceful.
If I can add, right? I could say this. No, I saw the police move first, right? The police are moving first. They walk through this way to another section, right? The police are mobilizing. They are coming behind like Amalek did in the children of Israel, right? Coming out of Egypt, they are following behind. And I'll say this: for whatever the crowd is singing here, right? On the faces of the police officers, they are visually pissed. They do not like the kind of song they're singing, right? So they was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F12, and whatever reason, the police absolutely did not like the fact of the things that they were saying. All right, so we're going somewhere. The police let out first. So in an organized event, the police are probably very aware of where everybody's heading to. And the police did take the lead. And then after the police took the lead out of the park, some of the guys in the white shirts took the lead out of the park. I then saw the crowd then take to go follow afterwards. All right, so the crowd did follow afterwards. Everyone is moving up. What street is this? Worth Street? You want to cross street? Tell me where to go. All right, so we're going up Worth Street in Lower Manhattan. All right, and they moved quickly too. The crowd moved quickly. I'm walking at a regular pace and everybody's going left us. All right. Cars are, everybody who's trying to get home from work right now is having a bad day. They're not going to get home right now. All right, the streets are blocked. The cops is telling the guys to get out of the street. Right, they're on the bullhorns telling people to get out of the street. Do not block the pedestrians. You got a guy there in a black Toyota Corolla, honking his horn. She wants to go home, guys. She just got home from work. She just got out of work. I guess she wants to go home. Maybe in 20 minutes or so. All right. But there's a demonstration here, and the people want their voice heard in Lower Manhattan. We're walking on Worth Street. Right. Some cops are very neutral. Some cops are very some of them are on guard. Some of them are chilling. It's another day at work for some guys, and I can see visually that some cops are taking some of the singing a bit personal. Right. But what we want is we want everybody to go home safely tonight. All right. I do not want the face of this movement, and by the face I mean the whole reason everyone's down here is for the ICE doing the raids on the Latinos, separating families, separating the mothers from the children, random raids in the Bronx. Guy goes to work one day, leaves work, and he finds himself on a plane to El Salvador. The children are at home, not knowing what to do. What are they going to eat tonight? You know, things that are going on in New York City. Likewise, around the country, there's signs that are saying solidarity with LA. Toddlers are representing themselves in immigration court. That is a very messed up thing. I don't know what human could agree with the notion of having a toddler, 4-year-old children, 4-year-old, 3-year-old children representing themselves in court. Adults do not represent themselves in court. How could a toddler represent themselves in court? It's a little bit of a switch to human rights, and everybody in the public and in the comments are having very mixed opinions. All right, and even on the faces of some of the NYPD officers, I can see that even in the NYPD offices, without saying anything, I can see that there are very mixed opinions. Very mixed opinions. This is a city that wrestles between conservative and liberals. All right, so everybody is on two different sides. All right, and we're walking down to, where's everybody walking down to? I see, oh shit. I see on the building ICE entrance, guys. Hey. Hey, G, hey. We can keep going, right? But you know, we can keep going. So we're going down Broadway, down Thomas Street. If anybody's concerned, you're streaming on your phone, you're logging in from your phone, you're watching this, you can look in your Google map and you can look at Thomas Street and Broadway, and you can see where everybody's heading. If you can get like an overhead view of the people walking down past Duane Street. You can look on your Google Maps and see where we are: Broadway, Thomas Street, Broadway, Duane Street. Get a view of the federal building, the 26th Federal Plaza. That's where we are, Jacob K. Javits Federal Building. Immigration Court is in this building here. I wonder if the protest is going to be around in this section over here, around the federal building. All right, well, we are in the heart of the area is the financial district. Down here is where all the Wall Streets are. You know, the World Trade Center is all down here. This is where we are in Manhattan, New York City. All right, guy. Right. You got a lot of other photographers giving each other head nods, and I guess we are cross-line media for the day. And down here, and get the cops getting over there on the Federal Plaza. All right. They're coming to mobilize and get themselves stationed just in case. Everybody's settled down here by Duane Street and Broadway. Everybody's positioned. They're protesting, they're chanting, they're singing, they're holding signs. Camera crew is here, tons of camera crew is here, unlimited amount of camera crew is here. CBS 2 is here. All right, other media personnel with no names are here. You know, sea of cameras, more cameras than protesters. All right, people with their phones, people on their own media, right? And everybody's getting a taste of the coverage. And I'm here with AG from Crossline Radio. You know what I mean? I'm H. vacation the building, right? And everybody's made a circle down there, and they're getting their voice heard at everybody's getting their voice heard at Duane Street and Broadway. I'm sorry. Right? Yes.
All right, this is your boy AG. I want to say thank you to everyone that's on the live, that joined the live, that shared the live, that commented, whether it was positive or negative. To everyone that put in a super chat, put in donation. Myself and H, on behalf of Cross the Line Radio, we felt that we were obligated to come down here to show you firsthand what was going on. I know that some people have been complaining about the lack of media attention or the lack of access to media about what's been going on. So we thought it was our responsibility to come down here and show you what's going on. So it looks like everyone has stopped in the middle of Duane Street between Leonard W. Hampton Jr. and Paul O. Dwyer, and they're kind of like just blocking the entrance. It looks like some people might be engaging officers. And again, we want this to be completely peaceful. It is not necessary to bring any form of violence into a protest where we're trying to bring awareness and to change things that are affecting groups of people all across the country. And with that, I'm AG. Behind the camera is H. And on behalf of Cross the Line Radio, Commanding General Yohana, Captain Tazariak, and Captain Katiza, we're going to be chucking up the deuces, saying shalom, seeing y'all later. But don't forget, we'll probably be doing a recap tomorrow, Thursday during the day. And we will be going live on Cross the Line Radio tomorrow night, Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to subscribe. I encourage you to subscribe. Click the bell so you can get the notification. And when we go live, you can either call in and speak with us, or you can even join the live stream yourself and talk to us face to face. But until tomorrow, we're going to see y'all. We're out.